Hey everybody, welcome back to another video. Today we are excited to share a little life update with you guys. We've been back up in New York for the end of our local district season and the racing is winding down. So it's time for us to start figuring out what next year looks like for us. And so we are sharing that with you today.
So for many of you who have been following along with us for the last couple years, you might know that 2 years ago, Gina and I were living full-time in New York. We have a DJ business. We were DJing weddings every weekend. And we were just coming back into racing after not racing for almost a decade competitively. So very quickly, we fell back in love with the sport, the people, and traveling around in our local district and competing at the local level. We just really fell in love with the lifestyle. We both agreed that this is something that we wanted to do. It's always something that I wanted to do, but never really found a way to do it. And always kind of got pulled in directions that led me away from it. But ultimately, as I know many of you are familiar with, you can't kind of stay away from this sport for too long. I believe it just kind of runs in our veins. Once you're in the family, you are in the family. And motocross is very much a family. So as many of you know, this year was pretty much an experimental year for us. We weren't quite sure if we wanted to live in a facility full time, if we wanted to buy a house near a facility and kind of train part time, or if we wanted to live or buy a piece of property and maybe create a facility of our own, maybe build a track and give lessons or hold races or open practices. These were questions that we had when we were trying to facilitate what direction we were going to go in. All we really knew was that we loved the big races like Loretta's. We loved challenging ourselves and discovering who we are as individuals, as a couple, and we were really enjoying building our own little family fun race team as well. So we figured the best way to figure out what we would enjoy the most is to actually go and live in each of these worlds for a little bit. So as many of you know, we spent the first 3 months of this year at Club MX in South Carolina, embracing what it would be like to live and train at a facility with, I think, some of the absolute best trainers and groups that there are. So the people there were great. The track options were plentiful. So many different tracks to ride on and race on. The program was so fulfilling for us to be involved in. It was nice to kind of wake up and know what we were going to be doing and to have a certain level of accountability beyond our own accountability. I think living there was truly a very rewarding experience. So then we moved back up to New York in our camper. We stayed at and are still staying at the ranch at Carlisle in Carlisle, New York, where Diamondback Motocross is. Diamondback Motocross is one of the premier racetracks inside of our MSC district in New York. It's our local district. And so we have the opportunity to kind of live and train here, being pretty much the only people that are here with access to a track, seeing what it might be like to live at, own, and operate a track.
Yeah, so the ranch at Carlisle is owned by the Slaughter family, and they were gracious enough to allow us to experience the fullness of their property this summer. And we were really fortunate to be able to be on site for the pre-race, the race day, and then what goes on after race day. And just to get a better feel for what the overall general maintenance looks like of owning a large piece of property and maintaining a track. And what we found together from being here is that we have a newfound appreciation for the passion that actually goes into being a track owner and what life day to day actually looks like when you're the one putting on these events and hosting these races. And for us, I think we just realized that that's just not our passion right now. Our passion is really being involved in learning the skill of riding, racing, going to big races together, and doing the Loretta Lynn's circuit together. So for us, we kind of recognize that it's actually two different passions. Both require a ton of time, energy, and effort. For us, I think we just realized that we really want the access to all of those features, but we don't necessarily want to be the ones who are maintaining and pouring our heart and soul into creating that environment right now. So that being said, it is officially the point in the year for us to take all of that info we've gathered and make some decisions for what next year looks like. And so we're really excited to share with you guys.
We're going to be moving to Club MX for the 2026 motocross season, training for Loretta's, running our businesses. We're going to be leaving in just over 3 weeks, and we are just so excited to be able to take you all with us on this adventure.
Yeah, so we just really fell in love with Club MX. We fell in love with the environment, the facility, the people, the mindset, just the whole thing. We just really felt like we could see that as our home. So we're making it our home for the next year, and we could not be more excited to take you guys along for the ride and give you a full look at what living at Club looks like. So we've got a lot more videos to come, but we also want to hear from you guys. If there's anything specific you want to know about Club MX or what our experience has been like or is like living there, let us know.
Yeah, so definitely stick around with us for the next few videos, because we might have some other really big news that we are going to be hopefully sharing with you. A lot of big changes coming up in our program, and we're dying to share it with you guys. So definitely stay tuned for that.
Subscribe to our channel if you're not already so that you don't miss it. And as always, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.
Love you guys. Bye.
Bye.